Hi everyone, so today we're going to make this card, which is a 6x6 vertical freestanding fun fold card. Now I originally saw Susan Campfield make this card, however hers was a size that we don't really have in the UK. I don't even know what size it ended up to be, 5.5 by 4 and something, 4 1/8, 4 3/8, something like that, but it's not a size we do. I was going to try and do a 5x7, but I haven't managed to get my head around a 5x7 yet, so I've gone for a 6x6. Mine is slightly different because with hers I know that these two pieces here are not equal sizes, so this one is actually shorter than this one, so I am going to figure out a 5x7 version, but for now this is a 6x6. And I've used my papers that are available on my Etsy shop. This is from the Tech Time pack, and then I've used the Happy Birthday die and this little phone die that comes with the little speech bubble things, and that's from CocoRosaStudio.com. so if you head over there you'll get 20% off your order if you use my code ICED20. All the details will be up on the screen and in the description below. But yeah, it's quite an easy card to make. You do need access to 12-inch length paper or card. 6x12 is what you need. However, I have done, my original sample was actually done using A4. So this is my original sample, and this was A4 card that I used. And so what happens if you use A4, then all that happens is on this side here, you just end up with a little bit of a gap. So if you don't mind having a gap, you can do it. So all you need to do is just follow the measurements exactly as I do for the 12, the 12-inch length. It just means that then when you get to that last score line, your last panel won't be 2 inches. It will be just short of 2 inches, but it's fine. It just means that when you're sticking your panel down, you just need to make sure that when you're sticking it, that it matches up. Because obviously normally with this one, I actually go to the edge of that, the card behind. You'll understand when you see the video, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, it's not too bad. You just need to sort of clamp it down and stick your panel on and just make up the difference there. So you can do it with A4. It's better if you use 12x12, but you can, it is possible. So yeah, so that's the video for today. So let's get into it. Okay, so to make this card, you're going to need a piece of base card that is 6x6. We don't need to score that, so that can go to one side. You're going to need another piece that is 4x6, which also we're not going to score, so that can go to one side. And then you need one piece that is 6x12. So on this 6x12, you're going to score along the 12-inch length, and you're going to score at 2 inches, at 4 inches, at 8 inches, and at 10 inches. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do a mountain, valley, valley, mountain. So you should end up with that, which is kind of what you use for a bridge fold card. So then you're going to bring in your 6x6 and your 4x6, and your 4x6 is going to stick on there like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick that down first. Okay, so as you can see, I've lined up the edge of the 4x6 with the edge of the card, and this bit is overhanging. So now, before we go any further, I think we just need to decorate this one up, and then we'll stick it onto the 6x6 and then add the rest of the decorations. So for the front here, you are going to need a matte piece of card. So I'm using my Tech Time papers that are available over on my Etsy store. So you need a matte card that is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then a pattern piece that is 3.5 by 5.5, and that's going to go on there like that. Then you're going to need another mat exactly the same size to go in here, and a white piece that's the same size as your pattern. So that's what I've got here. So that's going to go in there like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these down. So next up, you need 3 pieces of matte card that are 1 3/4 by 5 3/4, and 3 pieces of pattern card that are 1.5 by 5.5. So you're going to have 2 that go on the inside here and 1 that goes here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these down. Okay, so once you've done that, what you want to do is bring in your 6x6 piece. Now it's up to you whether you just want to eye it and work out, you know, where it needs to be, or if you want to actually measure it. I'm going to measure mine just to make sure. So you want to make sure you've got an inch either side. So I'm going to make a little mark at the top at 1 inch and also at 5. I'm not going to bother putting anything at the bottom because that will be enough to make sure I get it in the right place. So then we're going to take our card, turn it over, and I'm going to put glue or red tape on the back of here. Then I'm just going to flatten the whole thing down, turn it over carefully, and then make sure that it lines up along the top. I'm going to stand up so I can get it right. It lines up along the top and the bottom. It's all nice and straight, and you've got an even border either side. So now what we want to do is go ahead and decorate these. So now I got my measurements a little bit, well, I got the measurements right, but they don't look right because they're so thin. So you need 2 strips of matte card, and I did mine so that they were 3/4 by 5 3/4, and I think that's okay. But I think the patterns, I did my patterns as, I think it was 3/8. I think I did them. Yeah, 3/8. But I think actually it should have been more like 5/8. I think I should have done 5/8 by 5.5. So that's what I would advise you do. So your mats should be 3/4 by 5 3/4, and your patterns I reckon should be about 5/8 by 5.5, just because then you're going to get a decent kind of border. If you want, you can do half by 5.5, that's fine, but mine were a little bit too skinny. But anyway, they're done, so that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. If you want to, you can also decorate these 2 pieces here, but I'm not going to bother on mine. I don't mind it because once it stands up, you don't really see, they're kind of on the side. So what we need to do now is decorate. So I'm going to be using dies from Ihrer Studio. So if you go over there and use my code ICE20, you'll get 20% off your order. So I've got this happy birthday, which is the happy birthday all in one, and then the white is like the shadow that you cut out separately. And so that's going to go, I think I'm going to put that on the front like that. And then I've also got this mobile phone. Now the on your special day is actually a peel off, but everything else is the phone, you know what you get. And I've just put some tape on the back because literally this screen here, this whole piece pops out, all these little bars pop out, the heart pops out, all of these buttons pop out, those 2 pop out as well. So if you wanted to, you could, you know, inlay other colours. I decided to keep it with this because I quite liked it, and it was just, you know, easier to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to put that just on the inside here, just like that. And then I've also got, comes with this, these little speech bubbles, and again all of these little elements also pop out. So the little man, the little heart, the lines, they all pop out as well. So I've just put them on so they don't pop out. I'm going to stick that on the front, and then this is going to go on here. I think we're going to do it like that. And what you want to do, if you want to, you can do it so that you don't, when it's shut, you don't see the phone. So the phone only comes out when you're, you know, when it's open. So I think I might do that. I might do it like, I think I need to do it like that actually. Yeah. The only problem is because I've put all the tape on the back, I'm going to stick this onto a white piece of card, and then I'm going to stick that down. Okay, so I've gone ahead and just added it onto a piece of white card. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to stick this, all these bits down. And so there we have the finished card. So it's a happy birthday, and then you open it up and it stands on your desk like that. So it's nice, bit of an interesting shape. Yeah, and obviously because I've used that gorgeous holographic card from DRK Crafts, from Dovecraft, it's just beautiful. You get all the colours of the rainbow in it. Really nice. So yeah, so that's the card for today. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Don't forget to head over to coquerosastudio.com, use my code ICE20 to get 20% off, and also go and check out my Etsy shop and have a look at my papers. So yes, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again next time. Bye.